this is starting lineup number 50. 15 points against the Wizards on.
And others that shoot a lot of threes, so you've got to make sure that you're contesting threes. They rebound well, and they also make their free throws. They are 10th in the league in free throw percentage.
And that
the defender, the big guy, has to step forward and stop that, and that's what sets up the lob. Dem all by himself underneath.
Here's one of the star rookies for the Miami Heat. Well, there's Pelle Larsson, who we mentioned, getting his third start of the season because no Andrew Wiggins, who came over in the trade for Jimmy Butler. Justin Edwards, one of our rookies, pulling up from beyond the arc, leaves it off. And Galel Ware, number 7 in the black, has formed a nice front court combo with Bam Adebayo. Edwards kicking out to Butler. Jared Butler sets his feet, fires where he left off on Wednesday, Alan.
Well, and Edwards showing you his versatility, the ability to defend others, that time in a help side position, jarring that ball loose from Tyler Hero, and then he's off and running with the great assist to Jared.
The 100th made three in the young career of our Jared Butler. And there's Ware. Highlight reel finishes of the week in that blowout win over the Golden State Warriors. And kind of like our Justin Edwards and Adem Bona. Sometimes see rookies hit a wall, but he has done the exact opposite, getting better and they're getting better and better. Back-to-back three.
To Ware, he's too big and athletic for you to not put a body on him. That time, nobody in a Sixer uniform tried to block out Ware.
Larsson over to Adebayo. His numbers have been even better since the All-Star break, and before the All-Star break, Bam was having a good season. Larsson catch and shoot.
Really always driving to get to the basket, but they're driving to condense, have your defense collapse.
And Butler was looking for Bona, deliver the goods, as it were. Sixers with an 8-5 lead. Again, this is the third of 4 meetings between the Heat. We'll go down to Miami late next week. Butler off the mark on that little finger roll attempt. Here's Tyler Hero again, had 36 in the Heat's win over the Hawks on Wednesday. Had 30 when we saw these guys in early February here in South Philly. Larsson picks up the floorboard. Hero steps into
possession and they get 3.
Edwards passed. Burks couldn't finish though. Here's Ware, the rookie out of Indiana. 7 feet, 240 pounds, just 20 years old. And here's the veteran leader, Bam Adebayo, just 27 actually. His 12 point, 10 rebounds. Double cycling, so now he is alone atop the double-double leader for the Miami Heat.
Well, Ronnie, on that initial Miami Heat edition, way back in the 90s, of course, the product out of Syracuse. Now I hear he's like an international DJ.
Yeah, he is.
Which piques my interest.
Miami was saying that Ronnie Cycli was actually on the broadcast with them the night that Bam finally moved past him, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Just 27 years old. Feels like Bam's been in the league for 15 seasons now. Larsson. 44 overall. Second round for a single franchise, counting as head coach of the Miami Heat.
An example of stability in an otherwise unstable world. You hear Taylor Jenkins from Memphis getting fired today. I just want someone to try to make that make some sense to me.
Wild.
4th in the West, living of his job. This is an interesting world we live in.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of teams I expect to be interested in Taylor Jenkins this offseason. There's Alec Burks.
Another loose ball. You've got to come up with those.
Try to get it down to Bam. Really difficult. 8 minutes to go in this first quarter. Hero squares the shoulders.
You leave to go double. You can't be Hero. You have to stay with him.
Edwards from the wing.
Knocking down threes. Not that he doesn't look comfortable and adept from the right wing, but that left wing, there's just something about that lefty slingshot release of his too. So pretty to look at.
18 plus in 6 straight games for the rookie Justin Edwards now. Burks catch and shoot, line drive.
For multiple organizations throughout his career.
18 games played for the Sixers back in the 2019-20 season for Burks. Here's Jared Butler. Wow! And a good start tonight for...
Go now.
Well, that
makes.
It's a lot of makes. Butler misses both of his free throws. Here's Pelle Larsson. A couple of Knicks teammates there, top of the key. Grimes and Burks were teammates together during the 2021-22 season. Tyler Hero too strong on that 3. A rare miss from outside. Burks Another line, three-pointer.
Rounds after long shots. Ricky Council this time got pushed too far underneath, and that long rebound went over his head to the opponent.
Good back cut from Grimes and a night.
Tried to hitting play on that left side of the floor.
All 5 starters have scored already tonight for Miami. They've got this 2016 lead. Ooh, sure looked like it, didn't it? And lays it up and in. Right there with you. Our officials tonight, Ben Taylor, JT Orr, and Matt Myers. Quentin Grimes, catch and shoot. 3s, the Sixers as a 4-point play, but he did hit the 5th 3 for the Sixers. They're 5 of 6. The Heat are a dismal 5 for 7. Yeah.
A dismal.
Underwhelming.
Both teams are 7 of 11 from the field for 64%.
Okay, is it good shooting or bad defense or a combination of both?
No, it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of both. Shots are definitely falling. The basket looks big for some of these guys out here.
Adebayo can't connect on the elbow J. Here's Grimes. Lost it, got it back, lost it again. Larson diving on the floor. Mitchell to Burks.
The Heat don't even have to run an offense if you're going to play into their hands with turnovers.
Already 8 for Burks tonight. Again, 3rd straight start in place of the injured Duncan Robinson. He's missed the last couple because of a back injury. Grimes from the other side of the...
Dumping it down to Yabusele, who was flashing across and trying to post up. Instead, just pulled the trigger himself and knocked it down with the defender right on his face, in his face.
He's got the last 8 for your Sixers, Ala. He's got 11 leading all scorers. Here's Mitchell. Came over in a trade with the Toronto Raptors. Haywood Highsmith doesn't get an off. Now, and good to see Jalen Hood-Schifino back in the fold. Was ill on Wednesday, did not play against the Wizards, but in here. Well, the RAV 4 minutes to play is brought to you by Toyota. Visit Toyota.com to find your 2025 RAV4 Toyota today. Toyota, let's go places. Grimes, high arcing mid-range, off the heel. And the rebound gobbled up by the Heat. 2-point Miami lead. Mitchell. And here's Mitchell. Double figures the last 6 for Miami. He's found a nice rhythm and comfort with his new squad. Adebayo launching. And now is Miami in this first quarter from beyond the arc.
Spotting up, open, nice drive and kick. And he's right now feeling pretty good about his jumper, is Adebayo.
Highsmith the steal. Mitchell turns it right back over. Edwards kicking out. Ricky Council, the high arcing tray. No, great rebound by Grimes. Then brought it down, lost it. And lines, updated spread, money line, and over
Gotta
under.
get it in, gotta get it in.
And Hood-Schifino turns it over to Highsmith. Numbers here for the Heat. Davion Mitchell, yeah, he is one of the NBA and shows it off there.
And that's a spirit killer right there if you're the Sixers, because you just spent a timeout drawing up a play and you come out here and you execute like that. That kills your spirit.
Hood-Schifino, Bona, Council, Grimes, Edwards, 5 Sixers out there.
Good look.
Passing, yeah, good pass.
Just passed it right by him. By the time he saw it and reacted, it was too late. Adem was on his way to the cup.
6-point Miami lead. Miami has won 3 in a row. Sixers have dropped their last 6. Great two-handed block by Adem Bona.
So quick off the floor. He's got a great nose.
Ricky Council drawing that he almost roofed that one.
Yeah, he did.
As you would say in volleyball when it comes right back down on the player who was spiking it towards you. Ricky Council from way outside. And Khalil Ware battling with Bona underneath, winning the battle that time.
Too open. How do you leave him too open?
Yep. Tyler Hero with space. Sixers lucky that one didn't go in.
It's not enough to just run back to the lane. You have to run cross half court and then find your man. You got to be talking to your teammates and locating men so you know who you got.
Lonnie Walker the 4th into the game. Quentin Grimes, another good drive and kick, and even better hands from Kyle Anderson to take it away.
Ware came over on that Grimes drive and gave him something to think about.
Highsmith, no. Council the clear.
Quentin was going to drive and finish that, but then Ware came over and made him think otherwise.
Ricky, the Sixers. And Ricky completes a 3-point.
I used to be on teams that would have the be in the bonus, we would just drive the basketball. Just go at defenders. See whether or not they can move their feet. Most of them are going to foul you. Then you shoot free throws.
Another good defensive play by Dembona. And here comes Ricky. Council, coast to coast. Both teams 6 of 11 from 3. There's 6 made free throws for the Miami Heat, just 1 for the Sixers. And
they left him out of position, so he just had to hold.
so second personal on Justin Edwards. Quentin Grimes picked up 2 in the first quarter, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. No Miami Heat member has more than 1 personal foul. Mitchell, good
nice
crossover, really.
He gets you on his hip as a defender. Play the strong guys keep you right there as a defender. I played with a guy by the name of Terry Porter who did that a lot. Wasn't the super quickest guy, but he'd be able to keep defenders where he wanted them to through his strength.
This guy's got quick defense and laid it up and in.
There's some holes there in that Miami defense. If you can just take the initiative, attack quickly. I'm not quite sure about their rotations tonight. They haven't been great.
Defense, deep. Well, there's a big hole in the Sixers' defense.
Yeah, and it can't be him in particular, right? How do you leave him that wide open, free to roam and operate? Just can't happen.
Lonnie Walker, Gershoni Abusele, Hood Shafito, Edwards, and Council, the 5 Sixers out there at the moment.
Some zone from the Heat, 2-3 variety.
Trying to sneak it around to Yabusele. That was a difficult angle, and it's another turnover.
Well, against the zone, guys are covering in an area, not necessarily a man. So when you're trying to thread a pass between several zones, you got to be aware of the defenders that are along the way.
5th Sixers turnover. Tyler Hero has a dozen. Mitchell from the wing. Ware, the big offensive rebound, and then a great
Heat players right now, and Ware has got an advantage over everybody out on the floor. You can't out-jump Ware. Put a body on him.
Lonnie Walker, the 4th.
Highsmith trying to get out there to Lonnie in time, unable to do so.
And Hero gets tied up. And Tyler Hero goes 10 minutes. The latest Sixer now with 2 personal fouls. Some full court pressure from the Heat. Sixers got to get it across. Council. Other Sixers, Alex Reese, a scratch because of the 2-way contract as well. He's had to sit out 4 of the last 5 for the Sixers. Again, 8 games to go in the regular season after this one. Ricky
Tough shot.
hanging. Rebound. Yabu, no. Taken away by Highsmith.
Anderson with decent defense on Ricky there, not fouling. There's Kyle with the ball.
And there's Highsmith. Little dunker spot on the baseline. Anderson short on the floater. Ware picks it up.
I don't know what kind of attempt that was. It wasn't a good one.
Lonnie Walker lines up another 3. This one off front iron. Down to Anderson it goes.
Ware changing ends quickly. Look at this.
Anderson snuck through the Sixers defense and then smoked the layup. Numbers for the Sixers. Council into Mitchell. The challenge, as all expected, was overturned. So it was ruled a blocking foul on Davion Mitchell. So that was a 3-point opportunity completed by our Ricky Council, the 4th.
With all due respect, I don't know how it was ever called a charge. That was not even close.
Some are close. That was not. Anderson with some space. Another block by Dembona.
Kyle having no luck on his way to the basket. 3 tries coming up empty each time.
The Latinos, Hispanics here, we weren't born in the U.S. So having a heritage night, being here talking our language, Espanol or whichever it is, it's like going back home. For instance, in the Caribbean, I was born and raised in Puerto Rico. Basketball was part of our life. Baseball, not only football or soccer, it's just part of.
Do you hope people walk away from this game tonight after exposure to a lot of really cool elements to this game?
Yes, well, first of all, I like that the guys are competing. We know the issues that the Sixers are. I mean, a win will be great. I like that they are competing. I mean, it's hard to impact in court. And for the people, probably, if they stay after the game, win or lose, hopefully a win, we're going to have I think that's going to be even better.
Nina Sky. Kate, fun fact, she was my ringback tone when I was in middle school, Nina Sky. So I'm a big Nina Sky fan. I will be at the concert, and I'm sure me and Alberto will be there partying it up on Hispanic Heritage Night. Alberto, thank you for the time. Gracias, I should say.
Arriba Sixers. There you go.
There you go, Kate.
Love that. Arriba Sixers. I'll try to get that into a call tonight. So unfortunately, it's been the Kalel Ware show the last couple of possessions. Had a putback to the 7-footer and then hit a three-pointer, and that's one of the parts of his young game that he is working on. Jared Butler over to Adem Bona, and Adem.
Decisive moves all evening long from Adem, and he's been successful thus far, going right at the rim. 4 of 4 overall for 8 points.
Hero, the kick out. Mitchell, no. Lonnie Walker, good rebound. Ahead to Ricky. Council, the finger.
Going with the left hand full speed, being able to locate the rim and then just gently place it in there.
Yeah, it looked like he was being fouled in the process, too. Ricky's got a dozen in his 12 minutes off the bench. Good effort since he already has a dozen here tonight, and we still have 6 minutes to go in the second quarter.
12 points in 13 minutes played thus far.
And we'll take that. Bona, another block. What a start tonight for Adem.
Larson running into the roadblock that is Adem Bona.
Wants it back now on this end. Wants to pay it off once more.
3-2 zone from the Heat. Little matchup variety.
Butler, pick and roll. Nick Nurse mentioned how good he is at that before the game. Might have tried to force that one a little bit.
Mitchell with the active hands, anticipating that pass, got in between.
Catch and shoot from the. Grimes with 11. Butler, good look. Bagley.
Basketball. Bagley just cut and no response from the defender.
5th assist already tonight for the Butler. Hero.
Let him turn that corner bag. He's got a soft touch too, even on the run.
Hero now trying to slow down Quentin Grimes. Lonnie Walker, the crossover. Long rebound to Mitchell. Hero lost it, picked up by Butler. Lonnie Walker lays it up. And Walker started that fast break for the Sixers, initially knocking it away. And Adebayo, Nick Nurse said about Jared Butler before the game and how good he is at finding his teammates. The RAV4 minutes to play, brought to you by Toyota. Visit Toyota.com to find your 2025 RAV4 Toyota today. Toyota.
There's no way around being a communicator as a floor general. You have to be a guy who thinks of others first.
Great defense by Yabu, tying up Adebayo.
So it makes the point guard position so unique.
And then a bam. 5 Sixers out there at the moment. And it comes to Quentin. Blowing past Larson and block. Make sure Grimes and Larson are okay. This has been a fun battle so far. A couple of physical front court players, Yamu and Bam. Adebayo around and out.
Good defense from Gershon, forcing that tough shot.
Butler splitting the defense, and second team foul on the Heat in this second quarter as Butler completes a three-point play. A good start for Jared Butler. Grimes, Adem Bona, Ricky Council. A lot of guys looking good tonight for the Sixers. Adebayo, no. Here's Butler again. Ooh, a little too hot. Jalen Hurts-esque. Sixers within 2. 2:40 to go in our first half. 3rd of 4 between the Sixers and Heat on the season. 1 more to go down in South Beach.
Oh my goodness. That high dribble like that.
Highsmith. After everybody was hitting threes in the first quarter, both teams have come back to earth. Just 2 made threes for the Heat in the second, just 1 for the Sixers. Edwards, a little hesitation. Let's see if the Sixers can hit their second here. Yabu doesn't get the roll. Edwards, floorboard. Bagley from the corner. Rebound, Highsmith.
2 minutes.
Heat right now in the play-in in the Eastern Conference. They're in the final play-in spot. A game back of the Bulls. 2.5 back of 8th place Orlando, and 3 back of the Hawks team they beat on Thursday. Mitchell for 3.
He said they went. He doesn't seem fazed by the misses.
Nope. Butler can't get it to go off the heel. Adebayo clears. This is Terry Rozier, who's just checked in for the first time.
And he will shoot it too. Not shy in the least is Mr. Rozier.
Mitchell. That's going to be a tough alley-oop. Adebayo couldn't finish it. Butler to Yabu. First 8th 20-point performance of the season. But still looking for his first points tonight. 57-52 Miami. Ware gets a freeze in the NBA the last week plus, and Kel'el Ware falls into that category as well. He's really turned it on since the All-Star break.
Well, and it sounds simple, but he's playing big.
Yep.
He is doing what is expected of him.
Here's another great